Today, we are facing despots who use national security and classification to push everything under a blanket of secrecy, to gag and call it a privilege.
My expertise, as you know, is CIA, Marine Corps, 3 CIA secret wars. I had a position in the National Security Council in 1975 as the chief of the Angola task force running the secret war in Angola. It was the 3rd CIA secret war I was part of. They also undertook the license of operating just totally above and beyond U.S. laws. They had a license, if you will, to kill, but also they took that to a license to smuggle drugs, a license to do all kinds of things to other people in other societies in violation of international law, our law, and every principle of nations working together for a healthier and more peaceful world. The operation in Afghanistan, biggest single operation, I'm told, in the history of the CIA's secret wars. And sure enough, very quickly we produced the Golden Crescent, which is still the largest source of heroin perhaps in the world today. Trying to summarize this 3rd World War that the CIA, the U.S. national security complex with the military all interwoven in it in many different ways, has been waging. Let me just put it this way. The best heads that I coordinate with studying this thing, we count at least minimum figure 6 million people who've been killed in this long 40-year war that we've waged against the people of the 3rd world.
This goddamn New York Times expose of the most highly classified documents of the war.
You mean that was leaked out of the Pentagon?
Sir, this is a devastating security breach of the greatest magnitude of anything I've seen.
I'd just start right at the top and fire some people. I mean, whatever department it came out of, I'd fire the top guy.
I think the Times' position is indefensible.
They're running the line, Chuck, of right to know. That's, of course, a goddamn code word, right to know. The public has no right to know secret documents.
This is an attempt to prevent the American people from knowing the facts about how we could have prevented 9/11, and people are covering it up today. And they're ruining the career of a military officer to do it. And we can't let it stand. I don't care whether you're Democrat or Republican, you can't let a lieutenant colonel's career be ruined because of some bureaucrat in the Defense Intelligence Agency. If we let that happen, then no one that wears the uniform will ever feel protected, because we will have let them down.
Today in this room, many of us represent living cases and examples of the lack of transparency, lack of accountability, and due process in our government. Thus, we are reminders of endangered and diminishing democracy. We are here to ring the wake-up bell and beg you not to look the other way. We cannot go on pretending to have democracy. We cannot go on teaching the notions and principles of true American democracy to our youngsters in their Civic 101 books when those notions and those laws are no longer exercised.
They would do anything to ensure that this information did not become public. My focus has been exposing the criminal activities where money laundering, narcotic activities, and nuclear black market converge with terrorist activities.
I have taken the oath to protect my new country against all enemies. I assume the enemy was far.
I am continuing to demand real action and formal investigations of these confirmed cases.
Put out the tapes, put out the wiretaps, put out those documents. Put out the truth. The truth is going to hurt them. The truth is going to set me free. I'm not the only one who knows about this. Too many people know about it. The fraudulent 9/11 commissioners, every single one of them knows about my case and the details and the names and all the specifics. Several people within the United States Congress do know. Everybody in the FBI involved, they know. Everyone in Department of Justice, they know.
Treason is never old news. When you betray the national security of your country, it deserves to be investigated and prosecuted to the fullest extent of the law, however high and mighty the officials involved in it might be.
The attacks on our freedom are from within, from our very own government, and unless we recognize these attacks for what they are and stand up and speak out, no, shout out against those despots in government, then we are doomed to wake up one sad morning and wonder when and where our freedom died.
My problem is, I've been to Washington, D.C. and stood in the middle of the night out in the Jefferson Memorial and read the inscriptions of Jefferson's quotes that are hammered into the marble. And you look up inside the rotunda, the favorite quote at the highest point of the building. You have to turn around backwards to read it. He says, "On the altar of God, I pledge undying hostility to any government restriction on the free minds of the people." We were the first nation state to establish the principle that sovereignty, ultimate political power, resides in the people. That's a fundamentally radical concept, and these guys don't like the implications of it for their maintenance of minority wealth and power, and they're out to destroy that. But they will fail. I guarantee you they will.